Hey, how's it going, you guys? Welcome back to some more Corpse Factory. Last episode was an interesting one, so I feel like one of the main themes of it was that we covered a lot of Noriko's mental illness. We've talked about things like anxiety, OCD. Y'all were questioning whether it was depression or not. Y'all were kind of disagreeing with me a little bit. That's fine. If you don't think it's depression, no worries. I mean, I just see it as depression. I feel like anxiety and depression can go hand in hand a lot. Not all the time, but they can go in pretty often. And then Koji is kind of curious if we are Corpse Girl. He kind of has this inkling, this notion that we are, and he wanted to meet up with us. So we're gonna have to meet up with him, and maybe he'll be an ally. I think that's the most likely case. I think he's gonna become an ally. He works at the morgue. He has connections with the police. I think that's just the most logical route, is that he's going to work with her, and he seems to already have an interest in like dead bodies and things like that, so he'd probably actually really respect her for what she's doing and find that interesting. But we're about to see. So we are at the cafe right now, and let's have a conversation with him. I'm a little worried that I haven't received a news alert for an obituary today. My latest victim, that twin woman, had her photo timestamp set to 9:01 a.m. this morning. If my method worked like it has the past few times, then she should be well and truly dead by now. She would have slit her own throat, or someone mysterious should have come along and slit it for her. I mean, not necessarily. The other guy didn't seem to have that happen to him. Hanada, or Hanada, or whatever his last name was. It's not like I've managed to identify how Corpse Girl's power works. No closer to figuring out why her victims die. All I know is that they do die. And yet I can't find any matching obituaries for the day. I guess my other theory is, like, I'm very heavily, and y'all have heard this, I'm very heavily leaning onto this being like Death Note. So if you've seen Death Note, you're probably like understanding what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, you should probably go watch it because it's really good. But I'm making a lot of references to it because it's very similar. So I'm wondering if maybe there has to be set conditions, like maybe if it's really hard to recreate something, it wouldn't happen. So that's if we're going like there's some kind of mysterious power that's making this happen behind it. If there's not some kind of mysterious power, then it's probably a person or an organization that's behind her, and just kind of fulfilling her will. I think it's more likely it's a certain particular person. Whoever they are, they're doing a great job at making it look believable. I mean, they've tried to make it how it's supposed to actually look, like the picture that she does. Like, so she makes a picture and it's supposed to like match that pretty well, and some of them do. We saw in Emmy's case at the start of the game in the prologue, it did. But the other guy, he just died in a car accident. He didn't go flying into the power lines. That would be really hard to create, right? So I'm kind of leaning more towards it's not superpowers, but it could be. I tried searching manually too. I can't always rely on my automatic filters to get it right. I've scoured every source I can find and have come up with nothing. It's possible that she hasn't killed herself yet. It's possible that she's planning to do it. Or maybe someone else is plotting to kill her on Corpse Girl's behalf. It's also possible that this time my victim won't die. Depressingly, that puts me back at square one. My winning streak will have been over before it really begins. The corpse photo has no effect. Yeah, because it just seems like it's not exactly always happening the way in the photo, so it could be just them killing themselves too. And it's impossible to recreate every one of those photos, right? I make a mental note to discard the burner phone when I get home. I somehow forgot to get rid of it on my way to work, being so absorbed in my strict morning routine. But it's not too late. Barely 24 hours have passed since I sent out the photo. I'm not straying too far from my modus operandi.
Yo, you came. Mad.
I love this guy. He's like, mad. That's crazy, man. That familiar halting voice snatched me out of my thoughts. Kojiro standing before me, wearing slightly cleaner clothes than the last time we met. It's very possible that he interpreted this meetup as a date and decided to wear his absolute best outfit. Sorry, buddy. This won't be a date for certain reasons. The smell of the morgue is only faint upon him, thanks to the desperate cover-up scent of strong cologne.
Hi.
Can I sit?
Please.
Kojiro pulls up a chair and sits across from me. He's relaxed and awkward all at once. Yeah, that pretty well describes Kojiro, I feel like. His tall, lanky form doesn't really seem to fit in with the tiny, cozy cafe he selected as our meeting point.
Waiting long?
No, not really.
Great. Ordered yet?
Frick, I didn't get any feedback about the sound, so I'm like, is the sound okay? Because no one really said anything. I'm gonna turn that down. I'm gonna turn that a little bit up. Because I still feel like the music was just a little bit too loud. And I want y'all to be able to hear what they're saying. I mean, I know it's Japanese, and probably none of y'all understand it, but I like hearing the voice acting.
No. What do you recommend?
House blend. Fantastic.
Oh, wait.
They roasted here.
What am I talking about? I'm not playing a Japanese novel. I'm so dumb. I'm sorry. I'm so dumb. What am I even saying? It is in English, so probably most of you will understand it, I would hope. Okay, sorry.
Also, the
I'm
chocolate
out of it
gâteau is
today, man.
amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I'll order 2 slices.
Thank you, but I'm not hungry. Coffee is fine.
Yeah, Noriko literally lives off coffee, so
Roger
that doesn't seem too strange. Waitress eventually comes around and Kojiro places our order in fluent French. I think the waitress is taken aback as she bows politely and humbly asks him to repeat himself in Japanese. Okay, well, yeah, they are speaking Japanese. That's what's throwing me off, okay? They're supposed to be speaking Japanese, but it's all in English, because I'm pretty sure this is an English studio who made this, too. So that's where I'm getting confused. I'm so used to freaking Japanese novels. So confusing. Once our order is settled, Kojiro leans forward and looks into my eyes.
Glasses?
I subconsciously reach a hand to my face and check if I'm indeed wearing glasses. Of course I'm not.
No? Why would you say that?
So, do you wear glasses? Oh, no? Okay.
I don't remember. Maybe you had them on last time.
You don't remember? Last time, is he referring to when we met at the library?
Never worn glasses. Sorry.
I don't know, I think Noriko might look good in glasses.
Don't be sorry. Just making conversation.
Notices you're wearing sandals. So, do you ever wear socks? Oh, sorry. Just making casual conversation. This dude.
This place is great, right?
I'm laughing way too much this episode. I'm just having a good time. True that the cafe possesses a quiet, comfortable atmosphere. The smell of freshly roasted coffee lingers in the air, and display of various cakes at the front counter doesn't make me ill. I can make out the faint sound of acoustic music in the background, with vocals in what I presume to be French. All in all, it's a nice place, Kojiro chose well.
Is this place expensive? I just don't have much money, that's all.
Don't worry. It's on me. How's
Okay,
work?
good guy.
The bank, right?
I cocked my head to the side. Did I ever tell him what I do for work? I don't recall saying anything on the subject.
I work at the head office for Temujin, not in an actual bank.
Yeah, how would he know that? I'm trying to think. Because if he knew we worked at the bank without us telling him, and there's not like an obvious reason for it, that would make me suspicious that he was the one who requested our death. But I'm not sure. Like, if he really knew more than he should.
That's so. Huh. Read your profile wrong.
Oh, is it on our noise profile? Relax somewhat in his explanation. Of course, he would have read my noise profile before meeting up with me. That's pretty normal. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if there was an explanation that made sense, okay, I wouldn't doubt him. But if he somehow knew that without there being any obvious solution to it, I don't keep much personal information on there, but it's true that my workplace is listed. Our conversation is put on hold as the waitress returns with 2 cups of coffee and a single slice of a chocolate gâteau. Is that how you pronounce it? Gâteau? The cake is delicate and moist, and my stomach growls betrayal of my convictions. No, I can't eat food. What am I doing? Kojiro thanks the waitress in French, and she once again bows in embarrassment and takes relief. Oh, he knows French. Okay.
A bite?
Gives up a section of the cake with his fork and holds it out to me. I wave a hand politely and shake my hand. Wow, is he considering this a date?
Oh well.
Takes a bite and looks immensely satisfied with his choice of
Could eat
dessert.
if you wanted. You're skin and bones.
I mean, you look pretty skinny too there, my guy. But yeah, I would imagine she's pretty skinny.
Excuse me?
Just saying. Could stand to gain some weight.
I love this guy so much. You could stand to gain some weight, huh? You know, you're looking a little skinny in the bones there. You know? I love this man so much. Nerve of him. Who would say that to a young woman? Kojiro would say that to a young woman.
I'll have you know that I eat perfectly well. Think.
Whoa. Sorry. Wasn't trying to be mean.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just trying to make conversation, you know? I tell women all the time that they should gain weight, you know? They just never stick around for the rest of the conversation. It's kind of strange.
You're gorgeous. Just saying, some cake wouldn't hurt.
100% flirting skills right here. Like, guys, this is your idol right here. Look up to this man. You will get so many women. She's pissed. I'm gorgeous. Oh, never mind. She thought that was a compliment. I thought she was gonna be mad, and now here she's like all flustered. Okay.
Try the coffee, please.
Reach for the cup of in front of me, more due to the pleasant aroma than Kojiro's suggestion. I take a sip. It's been served at the perfect drinking temperature, and it's absolutely delightful. Rich, delicate. I could drink this all day. I've been probably wasting my time drinking canned coffee. This is the real deal.
Thoughts?
The first time since Kojiro arrived, I smiled.
It's wonderful.
Right? I like your smile.
Okay, this is good. Yeah, complimenting a girl's smile. Good. You guys really laying it on thick. I didn't come here to be swooned still. Praise is kind of nice, even if he's just trying to play with the oldest lines in the book. I think I should switch the subject to encourage him to stop flirting.
So, how long have you worked in the morgue?
Wow. Good question.
I think he finds this attractive. You're asking about his work that he's clearly passionate about. And he's like, okay, wow, this woman's asking me about dead bodies. I love her already.
Okay. Well, I'm 34 now. Started there at 22.
Wait, what? 34 now, started there at 22. Okay, is he talking about his age? I'm assuming so, right? He started at 22 years old, now he's 34, so he's been working there for what, 12 years?
Damn. 12 years. Never thought about it.
He's just like, you know, I go to work, I have a good time. Doesn't even feel like I'm working at all.
Shit, I'm old.
34, you're fine. You're chilling.
No, not at all. You're older than I expected, but really, it's no big deal.
How old are you? Can I ask that?
I don't mind. I'm 20.
Phew. Okay. Right.
He's like, oh, thank goodness she's over age. That's exactly what he was doing right there. He was relieved that she's over age. What else am I supposed to take from that line, okay?
Is that an issue?
No, of course not.
Yeah, no issues with him. He's like, okay.
You're mature for your age. Or I'm out of touch.
You're out of touch.
Can't help but giggle. I will say Noriko is probably decently mature for her age. I feel like she's pretty responsible for the most part. I mean, she definitely has some issues, but that's common at that age. I mean, I feel like anywhere from like maybe 16, 15, 14 up until, you know, your 30s, you're probably struggling with something like depression, anxiety, one of those. So yeah, I think those are totally normal.
Wow. Okay.
He laughs it off, but I wonder if I did hit a nerve.
Would you date an older guy?
Wow, we're just jumping straight into it, Kojiro. Okay. And there it is, straight to the point. How do I answer a question like that?
Good question. I've got no issue with age, but I don't really know if you're my type.
Yeah, because you're not a female.
And if I can be honest, there is someone I have feelings for already.
That's so. Unrequited love, huh?
Something like that.
Props can't compete with that. Well, that's okay. You're stunning. Out of my league. Thrilled to be friends if nothing else.
Dang, well, I can respect him. My guy went and shot his shot. Okay? There's like a 14-year gap. And it's like, I don't even know. Like, if I wasn't married and I was single, I don't know if I would even go for 20. I feel like 20 is a little bit on the younger side. So, respect. Respect. He's 34 and he's trying to go down.
Friend sounds nice.
Mad.
It sounds mad nice. Raises his cup, or his coffee cup in a toast, then takes a sip. Maybe I had him wrong. Maybe he might be a bit more mature than I gave him credit for. If he can take rejection without pressing the point, that speaks a lot about his character.
Corpse girl.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna assume she's corpse girl. Okay, let's see what her response is to that.
Interesting, right? How does she do it?
I like how she responds as if she is Corpse Girl. And he's just like, oh, no, yeah, we're just talking about Corpse Girl. That's lucky for her.
The photos, the killings, all without knowing the Vic's name.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just mistaking that, but it sounds like he's like saying, so, Corpse Girl. Anyways, what were we talking about? You know, he acts like he was like talking like that. But he's like, oh, so Corpse Girl. You know, on the subject of that, I'm wondering about her. I guess maybe that's the context, but it just sounded like he was calling her Corpse Girl. I was like, oh, okay, we're going straightforward. Photos of killings all without knowing the Vic's name.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different than Death Note, I'll say that.
Wonder what her death count is.
3, 4 if I'm lucky. I try not to say this out
Eiichi
loud.
Hanada. Car crash. Was it planned? Cut the brake line. Drugged.
I have no idea. Sorry.
I feel like if he works in the morgue, he would know something about that, especially if he was in communication with the police. I guess he doesn't know anything, so I would assume it's neither of those.
But you requested his death.
Yes.
I did lead him to believe that not to continue to go along
And
with it.
for no personal reason?
That's right.
Brutal. Don't request my death, okay?
This is the type of dude that I imagine he's just like... brutal. Crazy, man. So crazy. He's just like this stoner who's just like... yeah, man. Okay. Okay. Don't request my death, okay?
We'll see.
Her face lights up, almost as if he's impressed with the ambiguous answer. Excited, even.
Maybe I should try the site. Request a death.
Sure, go for it, long as it's not me.
Know anyone who deserves it?
Sorry, not off the top of my head.
Neither. Maybe you should request me. I'm dying to know how it goes down.
Huh. That would be interesting if we could test on someone we know very personally.
You know, maybe you shouldn't mess with this stuff. What if you really ended up dead?
I can protect myself. I mainly want a corpse photo.
I don't want to die. I just want to see what they would draw if I had a photo, you know? Well, not even draw, because he probably doesn't even know that Corpse Girl draws a photo. He just knows that there is a photo. Interesting. I mean, he could probably surmise that there is a digitally edited photo, or like a drawn photo of something, because he noticed those two photos didn't match up. So clearly, it's not an exact replica of how you're going to die.
How does she do it? Oh, by the way, you read that book I gave you?
You mean Strange Flower?
We didn't get like an option. So when was it the other night? Was it last night? I guess she was talking about how she had like 3 different things she could do. I was wondering if they were gonna give us an option to choose one, because that would be interesting, and relevant later. So we could work on the request we got. Okay, so continue doing our job. We could read Strange Flower, which would help us relate to him, or what was the other one? Like take a bath or something. I mean, we could technically take a bath and read the book at the same time, but I was wondering if they were going to give us a choice, and they never did.
Bingo.
I'm halfway through it.
Wow, fair effort. It's long. Thoughts?
Sounds like she just kind of did a little bit of everything.
I won't lie.
No, Belle Sinclair is a sicko, right?
Right. He's not all there.
Wow. That's rich coming from you, Noriko. Very rich.
Halfway through, huh? Has he dined with the dead?
Yeah. Who was it? His school teacher, I think. He dug up her body 2 days after she died, and then dressed her in his mother's Sunday best.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like how this is what Kojiro considers casual reading, too. He's just like, haha, yeah, I like that part. It was funny.
Took the corpse out for Italian? I can imagine the waiter's reaction.
You know, Kojiro, you are a strange man. Strange man.
Classic.
Classic. Kojiro seems to really enjoy reminiscing about the book. The story is definitely interesting, but the way he's laughing at it makes me a little worried. Then again, this guy works in a morgue, so maybe the whole scenario is just comical to him.
Oh, that's it there.
He's gonna be one of those people that's like, dead people humor. Takes me a second to realize what he's pointing at. Sure enough, the book in question is sticking out of the top of my bag.
Pass it here. I want to show you a funny passage.
Not in reach for the book, I pulled a massive tome from my handbag with a fair amount of effort. The book comes free, but it snags the bag zipper and causes some of the contents to fly out. Uh-oh. Hopefully nothing compromising. A few personal belongings fall to the floor with a clatter. I notice my lipstick, lip gloss, notepad, and pen hit the cafe's tiled floor. Kojiro comes around to the side of my table and helps me pick up my things. Gosh, it just reminds me of that Korean drama I was watching where she's like always has... So she's like trying to like hide her identity. She's like acting like she's this other woman who's her friend. And she always has like all these like super personal items in her bag that will like tell you who she actually is. But she's an employee at this guy's company and she's like trying to like hide it and stuff. It's like people have a terrible habit of leaving way too much personal stuff in their bags. It's like, really? You're trying to hide your identity and you have that in there? Pauses when his hands grapple with another book that has fallen underneath. Strange flower.
Photography? What's this?
What? I can't read other books, my guy? Just because you haven't heard of it, that's not my problem. Quickly reach for the book and try to snatch from his grasp.
It's nothing.
Kojiro is quick and he instinctively avoids my desperate grab. He holds the book aloft and continues reading the cover.
English? A comprehensive history of photo manipulation.
Ah, frick, he's gonna find out. He returns to the seat and flips to the pages. I finish packing my belongings away. I bow my head silently, waiting for his judgment.
You can read this?
Only a little.
Oh, this is tough. My English isn't good. Thought it was French at first. Huh. These images.
Kojiro suddenly snaps the book closed and looks at me.
Figured it out.
Brace myself for his inevitable conclusion.
Corpse girl fakes the photos.
Oh, okay. He's not even linking it to us. He's just saying Corpse Girl fakes the photos.
Aren't from the future. Like that was ever possible. Photo is fake. Timestamp is fake.
He's correct, but will he go back to assuming that I'm Corpse Girl? I mean, would he really not assume it from here?
Hey, why do you have this book? Are you editing photos?
I mean, I have an interest in it, but that's all.
This book is old. Doubt the techniques are useful anymore. Still, it's interesting. My theory. Thoughts?
About Corpse Girl faking the photos?
Bingo.
I don't know. Sure, it's possible. But can anyone fake a photo so realistically?
Trying to like recreate his pose he's doing right now. Interesting.
Realistically? Do you know her photos are realistic?
Thinking quickly, I snap back with an answer.
You sent me that copy of Eiichi Hanada's corpse photo.
Eiichi Hanada.
The
Okay.
one Corpse Girl apparently produced.
True.
Yeah, I mean, she would know that based on her conversation with him. She would know that.
It was good, right? Pretty convincing.
Very convincing. Is photo manipulation that good?
I suppose if someone skilled enough was doing it.
If it's not photo manipulation, then one more theory.
What is it?
Maybe the subject in the photo is a corpse.
Yeah, actually, that could be a very good guess too on his part.
I'm confused. Of course it's a corpse. What's your point?
Sorry, hear me out.
Okay, I see where he's going with this. He's comparing it to the author, right? That like dresses up corpses. She could be dressing up another corpse to look like this person. I mean, that would be very hard to do though. Like that would be crazy because you'd have to find someone who matches that. They would have to be not decayed. Like that would be extremely hard to do.
It's a photo of a real corpse. Just not the victim's corpse.
I don't think that would be realistic.
Corpse Girl acquires a real corpse, dresses it up. Just like in Strange Flower, she makes it look like the Vic. It's convincing because it's real. No photo manipulation.
Huh, I see.
I will say though, credit to Noriko for making photos so realistic that he's wondering if it's an actual real dead body that was like manipulated. That means it's like so close, which it kind of is because she's just kind of making the face very similar to the victim and then putting like little personal touches on, but it is actually a real corpse. So I mean, he's dancing around the obvious conclusion here. I feel like this should be very obvious by this point that it's Noriko. Maybe he's just not like putting in the effort to connect the dots with her, but he's putting in the effort everywhere else. So I'm like really confused. Like he obviously is very smart. He's got it figured out. Like he's been kind of guessing what she's been doing like very quickly. And then even his other theories are pretty interesting too. Like, maybe they're not 100% accurate, they're not the truth, but like they're very convincing. If I didn't know, I might have believed them. Immediately, my mind starts to kick into high gear. Kojiro has unknowingly presented me with an unprecedented idea. What if Corpse Girl does get real corpses? What if she dresses them up, wounds them, and makes them look like a carbon copy of the victim? Then she holds a photography session to capture the magic. The realism will be amazing and will be even more convincing than manipulating a photo, even though I've become pretty good at that. It will be the next step up in realism and is sure to convince victims to kill themselves. If Corpse Girl's victims can be relied upon to kill themselves, I don't have to continually question the cause of death. I wouldn't need to worry about whether some mysterious third party is wandering around slaying people on Corpse Girl's behalf. All of deaths would be caused by suicide and would be predictable. Conquering victims would simply be a matter of forging and convincing enough corpse replica. Yeah, I feel like if your photos are so good that he's questioning whether they're a real body or not, I feel like they're already pretty good. I mean, you're technically already using real bodies anyways. You're just kind of manipulating those photos to look like people. I feel like you're already almost there. You're just not the one doing the photography and all that yourself. But yeah, like, that would be extremely hard to do. It would... I don't know if you could do it. It's sitting right in front of me with a smudge of chocolate cake on his chin and an empty coffee cup resting in his hands. That's where she's going. Using the morgue. That's how he's going to be helpful to her. They're going to recreate the photos. Or they're going to create the photos themselves, I should say. Not recreate. They're not recreating nothing.
Say, hypothetically, would it be easy for Corpse Girl to even have access to dead bodies? Legal ramifications aside, could she possibly have a source of cadavers to desecrate at will?
Cadavers.
Yeah, it's not impossible. Take someone like me. I have the morgue. I'm there alone, mostly.
Oh boy, guys. Where is this going? I wonder.
Someone like Corpse Girl makes me an offer. I'd give away spare corpses, no problem.
She just might.
Of course, I could get busted. It's not about losing my job. I'm not going to prison. The price would have to be right. But that's just me. Employees in other morgues, well, can't speak for them.
He's just like, yeah, for the right price, I'll throw away my morals, you know, risk my job. Doesn't matter to me, but, you know, just has to be the right price.
Interesting. So you would willingly work with Corpse Girl if the price was right?
Yeah, I've said it before. Big fan. I support her work. It's fascinating.
Okay, I can't say this isn't going the way I thought it would, but,
If she really is using cadavers to make photos, well, I'm offended she didn't come to me for help.
maybe she will. This is amazing. I never imagined this meat could be so lucrative. If I want to get my hands on all the corpses I'll ever need, I just ask him here and now. I'm still breathing heavily. I notice that my cheeks are warm, my head feels slightly airy. It all comes down to whether or not I really need to step up my game. The way things are, well, the twin woman, my latest victim, doesn't seem to have given up the ghost. Maybe I'm being impatient, or maybe my work just isn't as convincing and powerful as I want it to be. Then there are cases of previous victims. Akane Tsurumaki killed herself. There's no doubting about it. Eiichi Hanada? It's highly possible his car wreck truly was accidental. I may have not have had a hand in that after all. Ruri Hatsuno, my first ever conquest. The cause of her death still eludes me. Yeah, I will definitely say that one was probably, like, the craziest. That was incredibly coincidental. Like, I don't think there's a way that she did that herself. I feel like that had to have been somebody else doing it. And then we know later in the future, so this has been, like, 3 weeks ago. It might be like 2 weeks or 1 week in the future now. I'm not sure. But Emmy's was exactly the same death. Exactly the same way. Like, so we saw the photo, and then she fell. Oh, I just had a revelation. So you remember when she's in front of her apartment and she sees the body bag and then there's her body in there. So they do work together. So like we already know, like we've seen a little bit of the future in the prologue, right? We've already seen like, okay, they had a body and they made it look like her. And they really only needed to make the top half look like her, right? Like they probably wouldn't see below that. But it did look a lot like her. So interesting. Okay. I'm trying to look back at the prologue because the prologue was interesting the way they showed that first as the introduction to the game, but it's 3 weeks in the future, right? So like she's just now learning more about kind of, I guess, how how her website's working, or like trying to figure it out. Like, okay, is this a superpower? Which I'm not leaning towards really right now. I think there's either somebody doing it or they're just killing themselves when it's very coincidental. But now we know that she's going to start using real bodies. Like, we pretty much already know that's probably a fact. She's the whole reason I started suspecting someone else is involved in the first place, after all. So there's definitely one suicide, one potential murder, and one death that was an accident, a traffic collision that happened to coincide with the date I wanted my victim to die. Statistically, there's no way to know how Corpse Girl's power actually works. It's almost like deaths are just caused at random, and when you pile in the countless failures I've encountered over the past year, well, my success ratio isn't very impressive. If I could truly compel victims to kill themselves, then it would take the guesswork out of the whole thing, that's for sure. With Kojiro's help, I could acquire cadavers? Is that what she called it? Because I had no idea what that was. I'm assuming that's just like dead bodies. Cadavers that make them look like my victims. That would be completely different to photo manipulation. There will be a gore involved, no doubt about it, and it'll take a steady hand, some makeup artistry, and access to clothing props. Then there's lighting to consider and backdrops. It's one thing to take an image from the database of the deceased and have a corpse splattered on the pavement ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to make a prediction here. I think there's going to be a small group of people by the time we get like closer to the end of this game that are working on these corpses. She's going to have maybe Aoi. I could see Aoi doing that. I think the other person, or the other people, I'm not sure how many people there would be. I could see Aoi, Shinya, Tomoe, like some of the characters we've already been introduced to so far. I could see them helping her. Maybe depending on the choices we make, because we've had 2 choices, right? We've had like 2. Yeah, because we had one with Tomoe and then we had one with Aoi. So maybe like depending on the branches here, I could get them all to like come together and help us with this. We'll see. It's an entirely different thing to drag a body out of a morgue and plant it in position, then take photos of it. There'll be a lot to consider here. It's not a decision I can make lightly. And on top of that, I doubt I have the courage right now to ask Kojiro straight up for his help. But if I do go for it, I'm absolutely positive it'll lend a massive amount of credibility to Corpse Girl's mission. The extraordinary realism will pave the road ahead of me with blood.
Oh, finished your coffee?
Oh,
Oh, sorry, I was just, daydreaming about my big ambitious plans. Quickly take a sip and drain the cup.
that was delicious. Thank you for treating me.
Very welcome. Shall we head off?
Yes, let's.
Any plans for the night?
Probably.
Yes, sorry I can't hang out longer.
No problem. I had fun.
Kojiro stands up, conjures his wallet. He leaves a few bills on the table and steps towards me. I stand up too, playing my best hand, and I quickly lean forward and plant a soft kiss on his cheek. The maneuver is surprisingly difficult thanks to his height, but I don't think I pull it off as gracefully as I had planned.
Oh,
Thank you for the date. Will I see you again?
Oh, so she's just gonna start flirting with him. I don't think that's the best idea. You've already made it clear that you're not really interested, and that you have someone else you're interested in. I feel like this just comes off as you're trying to manipulate him. And I mean, I don't even think she needs to do that. I think literally just saying that she's Corpse Girl, he'll work with her. So, give him my best alluring look as I bat my eyelids gently.
yeah, of course.
He slowly rubs his cheek with tender fingers, amazed I just kissed him.
Bye-bye now.
Oh, this woman. Can you believe this, guys? I don't know how I feel about her doing that. I think that's gonna backfire, but I don't know. We'll see. Spin to make a beeline for the exit. I hope my trembling legs don't betray me as I step out into the pavement outside. It's not my nature to try and seduce somebody for my benefit, so much so that my attempt at it has left me feeling rather queasy. I don't know if I pulled it off, and now that I left the cafe, I can't look back to see what effect I had on Kojiro, if any. I cross the road and a shiver runs down my spine. I hope I'm prepared for what I'm getting myself into. I don't know. I hope so. I will say, though, I'm so glad I cut the episode short. Or, well, you know, I cut it where I did last episode. I don't think I cut it short. It was about an hour. Because, gosh, I'm looking at the timer. It's been 34 minutes of that conversation. That's a pretty long one. I mean, I stopped and talked a lot. But, you know, that was a pretty darn long conversation. But it was good. I really enjoyed that. Like, Kojiro is a very interesting person to me. And I'm curious to see how exactly all he's going to fit into the story here. Like, we know, I think I think I have it figured out. Like they're going to use actual bodies. Like I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. But I wonder in what other ways he's going to be a part of our quest. I don't even know what you'd call this. The weekend is here, and despite my desire to stay inside my apartment with the doors locked and windows closed, I find myself at the mall shopping for a new phone charger. Just order it online and be cheaper. My current charger gave up on me at midnight, and now my phone is running dangerously low on life power. Life power? Why don't you just say battery? Your battery is running low. Your charge. Life power. What? I tried plugging it into different outlets. I've tried plugging it into my laptop, and nothing I did gave it even the slightest amount of charge. I don't know. That sounds like your phone, but I don't know. Like you plugged it into your laptop, like just the cable. I mean, maybe the cable's bad, but I thought for sure I had a spare charger lying around. But I even turned my apartment inside out trying to find it. Couldn't even find the right type in my drawer of burner phones. Either the charger's died, which is the best case scenario, or the phone has become faulty. I hope the latter is not the case because I really can't afford to purchase a new one. Getting repaired is out of the question. I refuse to hand it over to somebody for a day or two and go without it. Okay. Well, you can just get another cheap phone, I guess. I mean, I know she says she doesn't have much money, but it's because you spend it on all your dirty deeds. So I'm hedging my bets on the issue being with the charger. If I can buy a new one, all my problems should be solved. This is what I tell myself as I scurry through the crowded mall, dodging left and right to avoid careless people trying to bump into me. I know there's an electronics store around here somewhere. Even a discount store will probably have a budget charger that will still fit my device. I just want to find what I'm looking for and get out of this place. As I blindly navigate the area, I think back to last night when I first noticed my phone was no longer charging. I had been browsing through the obituary newsfeed, searching desperately for any sign of my latest victim's demise. No clues came up. There were countless new obituaries, of course. This is a big country and people die every day, but very few match the description of my victim. The obituaries did match had photos included, but none of them looked even remotely like the twin woman. It was dead end after dead end. I might just have to accept the fact that the latest request will go unfulfilled, but accepting it makes me angry. Very, very angry. I find myself stomping through the mall more often than simply walking. A few people glance at me, but I don't pay them heed. I wanted the woman to die. I wanted her twin sister to rejoice or despair at the fate that befell her own flesh and blood. I wanted her to feel the fear of seeing her own corpse in a photo. I wanted her to feel the cold and clammy hands of death tugging at her skirt, whispering to her, inviting her to spiral down and down and down and down. Gosh. Spiral down and just die. Like, that's just brutal. As Koji said it, you know? To give up, to die, to spiral down, to die. To spiral out of control. I wanted her to die. I wanted her to die. I wanted her to die. What is the Japanese word for die? Is it shine? Something like that?
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die?
My head is foggy, my senses blurred, my face hot, my hands cold. I repeat this mantra through gritted teeth.
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die?
I fall to my knees and scream at the top of my lungs. Oh, you're just gonna scream.
Why didn't you die?
She's just screaming in the middle of a bunch of people. Psycho.
Why
Crazy.
didn't you fucking die?
What the hell?
Damn, she's having a full meltdown.
Can we get a security guard down here, please? Die.
Is she going to kill somebody?
I know, like, this is not good. What are you doing?
I'm scared.
I'm pretty freaking scared too. If some woman just starts screaming about wanting someone to die.
I'll kill her. I'll find her.
I taste blood in my mouth. My tongue is numb. My teeth chatter. I'll find that twin. I'll find that twin. I'll find that twin. I'll kill her myself. I'll kill her myself. I'll kill her myself.
I'll kill her. I'll kill her.
Yeah, she's just having a full breakdown right now.
All right, that's enough.
Strong hand pulls at my shoulder. My face hits the ground hard. My arms are restrained by my back. All I can see is my blurry vision in this checkered tile floor of the
You're
mall.
coming with me.
Okay, I mean, that's a little excessive, but, my limp form is tugged backward and my head lolls to the side. I shut my eyes and let the blackness envelop me. Dang, she went so psycho that she literally passed out. A stinging cold ice pack bites against my cheek and really awakens me from my stupor. I don't know where I am. I don't remember why I'm here. but the sudden chill spread across my face is nice, almost soothing. I realize that somebody, a tall man, is holding the ice pack to my cheek and his motions for me to take a hold of it myself. I reach a sluggish hand to grab the ice pack and continue to press it against my skin. The man walks around the chair I'm seated in and stands behind a simple wooden desk to face
You
me.
can imagine my surprise when I recognized you.
Frick, y'all said something about him being important to the story, and I was reading that comment, I'm like, nah, really? Would he be? Sure enough, he's here. Frick, what is his name though? I remember his daughter's name is Momo, right? And his name is does it start with a K too? Something like that?
Huh?
Frick, I don't remember. Opening my mouth in an attempt to talk causes a dull ache in my jaw. Is it Kenji?
I apologize for treating you so roughly. The only reason I haven't called for the police is because I want to give you the opportunity to calm down and explain yourself.
What do you mean you don't know him? Kenji. Is that what I said? Yep, Kenji? Okay, I think I had it. I was getting there. My mind was working. Kenji and Momo. This is Kenji Ogawa, the very same guy who lives in my apartment building, the nice guy who greets you in the stairwell. The father of sweet little Momo.
Mr. Ogawa?
Ah, so you odd completely out of it.
Where am I?
This is the mall security office. You caused quite a scene, Noriko.
A scene?
You don't remember. Well, give it some time. I'm sure it'll come back to you.
He's just like, frick, my upstairs neighbor's crazy. I'm trying to think hard about the circumstances that led me here. I remember something about visiting the mall to buy a phone charger, but I don't think I ever found the store I was looking for. Some kind of anger or fear or something. Something primal emotion got the better of me.
Listen, Noriko. I've always thought you were a sweet girl. And Momo looks up to you, you know. Please, tell me that you're just not feeling well. Please tell me the things you were screaming aren't true.
Things I was screaming. Oh, frick, she doesn't even know. Oh boy, this isn't good. An image of a smiling woman flashed in my mind. A twin woman with beautiful features and lovely hair. The victim, the one who didn't die. That's right, I remember now. Lost my cool. I became so overwhelmed with frustration that she didn't die. Must have broken down and unleashed my anger here, right in the mall. So stupid. It's all because I went outside. I went somewhere I don't normally go. Usually fine about going to the office. It's familiar. The convenience store is fine too. In fact, my whole meticulously planned morning routine rarely bothers me. So last episode, I talked a lot about what I thought her mental illness is, right? And I was kind of like, I guess, diagnosing her with what I thought she had. So if you guys look at the main menu of the game, when you first load it up, it has like this warning about some of the themes that are discussed in the game, right? You have depression, anxiety, and one of the things I mentioned was OCD. So I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, she is a little bit OCD. And, you know, it talked about like self-harm and stuff like that, you know, suicide. Obviously, like that's a big core of this game. So if you're bothered by that, don't play this or don't watch it. But I just thought that was interesting. So I kind of got some of my thoughts reaffirmed to me that like, oh, okay, those are themes of this. I don't remember if depression was on there, but I still think like maybe she is a little bit depressed. Maybe she doesn't find life as interesting as it should be, and this is why she goes to these such extremes that normal people wouldn't. That's just my thoughts. With the shopping mall, what was I thinking? I haven't been keeping up with my medication. Even if I was on top of it, going somewhere out of my comfort zone is always a risk. Okay, so I thought she was taking her medication. I guess she said she hadn't been keeping up with it. I knew she wasn't very consistent with it, but I thought she had just taken it. Maybe that was the other day, so that probably wouldn't affect today. I need to start regulating my intake, taking a pill or two every day, or when I feel like it isn't going to help me. Yeah, okay, so she's got to be taking it regularly. Like, that is true of medication. A lot of them you have to take very consistently, or the effect worsens, and sometimes your body even gets resistant to it, and it won't work hardly at all. Skipping days at a time or just popping a few in my mouth when I need to leave the house is what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to follow the guidelines. I need to keep a strict schedule of when I take what. I'm supposed to be calm at all times. Stoic, unflinching Noriko. She always says she's trying to go along with that, but I saw that more at the start of the game, I feel like. And as it's gone on, she's just getting crazier and crazier and like breaking down. It's very interesting to watch her progression. I mean, she is like slowly getting more into Corpse Girl, so like, I think the toll on you mentally is a lot more. What am I doing?
Noriko, you still look a bit flustered. Do you want to lie down for a bit before talking to me?
No,
Okay. Well, do you want to explain what happened?
no.
No.
I never took you for a troublemaker. Please, Noriko. I'm begging you. Don't make me call the police. You were screaming about killing somebody. You were manic. You can't just act like that in public. You scared 100 people just trying to make their way through the mall. You scared me.
Knock at the door causes Kenji to flinch.
Ogawa, may I enter?
Yes. Please come in, Mr. Fujikawa.
The metal door separating the security room from the real world opens with a screech. A detective guy. Seems like he's gonna be a character we might see more of. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like investigating our little activities we do. A broad, intimidating man enters the room and displaces all the air inside. I feel like I'm gonna
Yes, sir.
suffocate.
Yes, sir. She's calm now.
Indeed.
The man who seems to be some sort of detective looks up and being down with a sour
Yes.
expression.
Your name?
I don't answer
I
him.
see.
Sir, if I may, this is Noriko Kurosawa. She's an acquaintance.
Is that so? An acquaintance? Well, that speaks volumes about your personal life, Ogawa.
Hey, don't bring him into this, okay? We're just neighbors.
Sir.
Leave us be. I wish to talk to her.
Yes, Mr. Fujikawa.
Kenji bows, his grim smile cracking under fear as he exits the room. The detective, or whatever he is, towers over me. He pulls out a badge from inside his jacket and flashes
My
at
name
me.
is Fujikawa. I'm a detective, an investigator for the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department.
Okay, why are they sending a detective,
You
though?
must understand that we take death threats very seriously in the police force.
Huh? Excuse me, but Kenji said he didn't call the police.
Yeah, but somebody else probably freaking did. I mean, maybe I would if someone just screaming in the middle of the...
Kenji. Ogawa. Well, never mind what he said. I was here already in regards to another case. I happened to witness your little outburst.
Oh, okay, so you just happened to be in the area. Fair enough.
Ogawa was kind enough to allow me a moment to interview you personally.
Right. So, what do you want to talk about?
Listen, if I were in your shoes, I'd drop the sardonic act. I have reasonable grounds to arrest you here and now.
Sardonic, grimly mocking, or cynical. I had to look that up because I was like, I had no idea. Or cynical. Okay. I mean, you can kind of get that from the context. Like, I tend to do that a lot with words I don't know. Like, I just use the context. Like, what would this word mean, you know, in the sentence? But, I don't know. I just wanted to look it up while he was talking. Reasonable grounds to arrest you here and now. I mean, you could arrest her. What, on, like, grounds of disturbing the public peace or making death threats? She wasn't really making a death threat at anyone particular, though. I'm like, how would you charge that? I mean, obviously she had the intent to kill on somebody, but I don't know. I'm not sure how you would, like, do that in a court of law. His voice drips with pure venom. This guy isn't joking around. I mean, I feel like in his profession he can't really joke around, so it's gotta be pretty serious. I squirm a little in my seat and remove the cold ice pack from my
Now,
face.
Miss Kurosawa, would you please explain to me who you are threatening to kill?
A wave of dread washes over me as the reality of my current situation starts to sink in. If I don't fly straight and narrow here, I might be in for a world of
I
trouble.
apologize for my actions. I wasn't feeling like myself earlier. I regrettably skipped my medication recently.
Ha. The medication excuse.
I mean, you call it an excuse, but it's true, okay? I'm not saying that she doesn't feel like that when she's on the medication, but she probably wouldn't have made that outburst.
I'll play along. Were you hallucinating then?
No, sir. Not exactly.
Need to come up with something and quickly, or I'm not getting out of here anytime soon.
See, I recently had an altercation with a coworker about a guy we both like.
The detective rolls his eyes
Go
at me.
on.
I guess I was a little upset about our fight, and really, we're actually quite good friends, so I think a combination of that and missing my medication caused me to get a little too upset and say some things I don't really mean.
Mm-hmm. And how do I know you're not dangerous? Are you carrying any weapons, Miss Kurosawa?
Weapons? No, of course not.
I see. Well, you're going to have to permit me to search your belongings. You understand that I can't allow you to leave until I have established that you're not a threat, right?
I think her belongings are fine. The only thing I'm worried about is her phone. That could compromise her. The detective lurches forward and roughly grabs my handbag.
Hey!
Here's it open and rummages around inside. I'm somewhat relieved that I'm traveling lightly today. I even left the 2 books I'm reading at home. Oh, good. I mean, that would make you look crazy, too. Finds nothing of interest in the bag, save for one thing, my phone. So, I don't know about Japan, but here in America, they can't just use your phone like that. I think they can if it's already unlocked, but I don't think they can go through it if it's locked. They can't make you give them the password. I remember there was a whole debacle about this, especially with iPhones, because it's like you have like the fingerprint and the password. It's not like something you can easily like break into. He taps the screen, toggles the phone button, and smacks the phone against his open palm.
Is this broken?
There is the last drop of battery power. Must have finally drained. I'm probably lucky for that fact. If he found certain things on my phone, I might be in trouble. Oh, yeah, she could play this off like, hey, she literally just came here to get a new charger and stuff, and like to see if it was fixable. Interesting. Not like I keep corpse photos on there. That's what my collection of burners phones is for. There are certain things that would be incriminating if they fell into his hands. My noise chat log with Kojiro, for starters. Then there are those images of Aoi and Tomoe, that famous singer that had her phone hacked and her private photos uploaded to the internet. Aoi knows I have her photos. She's okay with it. Tomoe doesn't know about hers. That would be hard to explain. The singer, on the other hand, was part of a big scandal a few months ago. Probably half of Japan has seen her photos. So I'd rather keep my personal matters completely private. I don't want this a-hole looking into my affairs.
The battery is dead, sir.
Where is your charger then?
I don't have one with me.
He grunts and throws the phone to me, and I barely manage to catch it with my brittle, skeletal, clumsy
Wait
fingers.
here. I need to make a call.
Leaves the room unceremoniously, and I hear the scraping shriek of a steel deadbolt locking the formidable door behind him. Like, are we just gonna leave Noriko in here, you know, with all this technology that we're supposed to be monitoring? I breathe out and try to calm my nerves. I look down at the phone in my hand and see my mirror image counterpart peering at me in the black reflection. I don't look as good as I normally do. My makeup is smudged, which is strangely becoming more and more common for me. I think I've gained some weight. My gaunt face seems fuller somehow. More prominent cheekbones are softer. The girl staring back at me, she's not wholly familiar. Is this Noriko Kurosawa? Is this Corpse Girl? I look like some aberration, some sickening concoction of myself and some person I don't fully recognize. I don't understand how I could have gained weight. I've been eating less. Maybe the canned coffee I consume religiously contains more calories than I realize. I'll need to cut down immediately. It's very interesting that she keeps herself so skinny, too. If you think about it, we're talking about Corpse Girl, and you could think of corpse as in, like, hey, she just deals with corpses and sends, like, pictures of corpses to people, right? But at the same time, she also keeps herself so skinny that she almost looks like a corpse, if you know what I mean. Like, you could probably see her bones protruding and things like that. You could see her ribcage, maybe. Very interesting. I wonder if there's a double meaning in that at all. A sour taste rolls around my tongue, and I swallow it reluctantly. I feel ill at the sight of myself. The steel door swings open, and Fujikawa stomps in like an angry toddler.
Well, the precinct claims you don't have a prior record, Miss Kurosawa. That's good news for you, I'm sure. But it's a fucking pain in the ass for me.
He's like, darn it, I can't do anything about you. Also, can we talk about this real quick? This guy has absurdly long and interesting looking fingers. Like, those are like super long. Like, these are mine. Mine are, I feel like mine are about average. Mine are maybe not like super crazy long, but his are ridiculously long. Looks really strange, almost like an alien. I flinch at his apparent anger and recoil slightly in my
Free
chair.
to go. However, I'll remember you. Another incident like this, and I'll have you in for a psychological assessment faster than you can blink.
Okay. I do nothing but nod as a wave of relief washes over me.
Get your things and get out of here. Oh, for the love of God, go eat something. You look like a starving child.
Gosh, why is everyone making fun of her for being anorexic? I mean, I was slightly anorexic when I was a child too. Like, I know I don't look anorexic at all anymore. I put on a lot of weight, but when I was a kid, like, you could definitely see my rib cage for sure. Like, it was out there. I definitely was on the skinny side, very skinny. Fujikawa spins on his heel of force and once again leaves me sitting alone. I mean, I would say people like maybe like adults commented on it and just like, oh, you're so skinny, whatever. But like, nobody ever made comments like that. Like, nobody goes out and tells some skinny person to go eat more. Like, that's just kind of rude. Take a minute to collect my thoughts before picking up my belongings and shoving them into my handbag. As I leave the security office, I spot Kenji standing outside the door. He bows his head meekly.
Take care, Noriko.
Kenji's like, ah, frick, I gotta rethink this woman. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes away our Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
He doesn't lift his head as I walk away. It's probably like, ah, frick, who knows what this chick's going on with her. Shouldn't get involved. Interesting. I was reading her little bottle down here. The scent of Is that Kansai? I know that's like a region in Japan, right? The Kansai region? I don't know if that's what it is. And it's made in Tokyo. So much for stoic, unflinching Noriko. Remember stoic, unflinching Noriko? This is her. Weak of flesh and weak of will. Weak, weak, weak. Noriko can't control her emotions. Noriko can't face the world outside without the help of peppy pink pills. Noriko, Noriko, Noriko. She keeps calling herself that. I keep calling myself that. Oh, frick. Things are getting a little crazy here, guys. But I'm more than that, more than her. I'm Corpse Girl. I'm bigger than the frail body before me. What do my looks matter in the grand scheme of things? What does my ego matter? I want to be beautiful, thin, gorgeous. Kojiro called me gorgeous. It made me feel good. That doesn't matter. None of it matters. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's warping even further. I just want to make sure you guys can see that. Corpse Girl matters. She'll succeed and the world will continue to spin. I need to gain weight or lose weight. I need to look like Aoi, with her small frame and cute features, and that bust that's too hard to look away from. I need to look like Tomoe, with her fuller figure, her obscene fashion sense, and her oddly beautiful eyes that she doesn't deserve. I need to look like Yuriko, with her bad haircut, terrible piercings, and trashy clothes. I need to look like Mother, who is just like me and Yuriko combined, with her vacant eyes that used to be sparkling and clear but now glaze over whenever you try to talk to her. I need to look like Noriko with her dark hair and her intense gaze, and her healthy, acceptable frame. I don't need to look like this skeleton, this living corpse. I don't need to look like this physical embodiment of hunger and longing, and lust and fear and stress, and anxiety, and uncertainty and ambition and exhaustion.
Fuck you.
Okay. I curse at the mirror and spit in my own reflection.
Fuck you.
Interesting. You notice when she says that, like, the screen lights up? I clench my fist until my nails dig and pierce my flesh, letting blood trickle down my knuckles and drip down to the carpet.
I don't want to be you! I'm better than you! I'm better than you! I'm better than you!
Is she possibly schizophrenic too? She's talking out loud to herself as if she's another person. I am Corpse Girl. It's what I've always wanted. And that sense of belonging that I always sought, it's that feeling of home that I reclaimed after home was lost. After Mother moved and Yuriko put me on ice, after I found this apartment that felt so strange at first, this is who I am.
I love your hair, your eyes. I love you. Don't ever leave me. Don't leave.
I raised 2 fingers to my mouth and kissed him gently, then pressed them against the mirror.
I love you. Don't ever change.
Yeah, I think she's a little schizophrenic, guys. What do you think? Okay. Sure. We can end the video there. That's a good stopping point, right? Sure. Absolutely. So, anyways, guys, with that, that was a little bit of an interesting way to end that little scene. So Noriko's freaking out in the mall, and then she's freaking out when she gets home and talking to herself. She loves herself and wants her to stay around. I'm gonna add schizophrenia to the list, guys. I think that's on there now. Something. She's going nuts. Anyways, guys, though, I hope you enjoyed that episode. I certainly did. We had like the first 30-something minutes just talking to Koji. Very interesting conversation. Then we had the scene in the mall right after. where she's freaking out. And then we learned more about Kenji, which was cool. It was a more natural way to learn about it too. Like, the storytelling has been great so far. I'm actually liking this the further we're getting into it. I actually think this is really good. The pacing's awesome. Like, there's a lot going on. But we're gonna have to see. She's definitely going crazy. She's definitely getting way more careless about the fact that she's Corpse Girl. She's not like totally like throwing it out there, but she's throwing it a lot out there, and it's making her look pretty suspicious. But anyways, guys, good episode. I'm excited for the next one, and I hope you guys are enjoying it too. I'll see you next time.